Hello and a very warm welcome to the 2022 FEI European Dressage Championships for children and under 25 riders here at Stable Unicornis in Pilisjászfalu. Today you're joining us for the FEI Children's Individual and the Under 25 Grand Prix Freestyle. It's the final day of competition and these riders' last chance to pick up those medals. In the children's section, we saw Germany gallop away with the team gold yesterday in the children's team competition with a massive 246.343. The Netherlands were 15.433 points behind with 230.910 to collect silver. And Belgium picked up bronze with 223.509, with Spain hot on their heels with fourth with 221.509. All of these riders are aged between 12 and 14 years old. And within this test, they have to complete trot shoulder in, medium trot, turn on the haunches, medium counter, counter, simple changes and stretching on a long rein in trot. They have technical marks for the actual test and then they have quality marks that get added and the total percentage is an average of the two. The quality marks are based on the rider's position and the seat, effectiveness of their aids, precision and general impression. They have a total of 40 marks for the quality. Our judges today, at E we have Thomas Kessler from Germany or Maria Collette from Finland. At H we have Caesar Torrenti, Magnus Ringmark is at C, and Elizabeth Max Thruer is at B. The top 18 from the preliminary B and the team qualifier have come forward for this individual class. We've seen some huge scores over the last few days in this children's competition, with scores up to 86.548 in the preliminary B from the German rider Martha Rohbeck.
For dressage riders, we start the day with the battle for the individual medals.
So this class starts at 8 o'clock. The last rider will be going forward at 9:57.
Judged by Mr. Cesar Torrente from Colombia.
Then make sure you join us back at 11 o'clock local time for the under 25 Grand Prix. That is the freestyle class. The top 18 from yesterday's Grand Prix will go forward for that. So this first rider is a French rider, Eva Sanchez. She is riding an 11-year-old Westphalian stallion by Vitalis. They scored 66.149 in the preliminary B for individual 42nd. A huge improvement in the team competition, up to 72.642. Into 17th. That was a personal best for this combination. So into the arena now for France, Eva Sanchez and Voltaire 93. Lovely square halt to start with. And of course the accuracy will be taken into account under those quality competition results. Precision is one of them, so that is preparation and accuracy of the movements. Nice angle in the shoulder in. Some good ground cover there in the medium trot. Maybe just have had a little bit more from behind there. Lovely smooth transition into the walk and really got that purpose in the walk. And now come the turn on the haunches. Turn on the haunches is basically a bigger pirouette, or just a little bit. Just lost the activity in that first step on the turn on the haunches left. Better there with the turn on the haunches to the right. They are both double coefficients. Lovely transition into the canter and straight into the medium canter down the long side. I think she could have shown a little bit more there. And now the serpentine showing the counter canter. So really important these riders have the balance. Are able to show that walk in the simple change. Unfortunately, the walk not established there in that simple change. That is a double coefficient as well. Then another simple change here in the half circles. Can she establish that walk? Lovely transition down. Much better walk this time. A little break in the rhythm before she came back into trot. But showing good stretching here. Could maybe just take the rein out a little more in this stretch. As she comes down the centre line. And another lovely square halt to finish. Very smart test there from Eva Sanchez and Voltaire, 93 for France. Really, really well put together test there. The first horse and rider into the arena. Did a good job. Just couldn't really get the walk in that first simple change, which was a pity. Some nice turn on the haunches. And here we go into 72.851, a personal best, position 7.8, aid 7.2, precision 8, and general impression 7.7, technical score of 68.951, giving a total score of 72.851. Of course, into the lead being the first rider, but a great PB there, 2 PBs in a row. Next in, we have a rider for Spain.
To the arena, still on the 10 minutes preparation area.
It's great that we can see that 10-minute box just next to the main arena. Very horse friendly. I just think it's so nice when the 10-minute box is so close. It gives the horses a real feel for the atmosphere in the main arena before they actually come into it. So In they come, and it's rider for
And now
Spain,
they're coming up.
Carmen
It's
Prado Gomez
Bambino.
Jalabo and
Owned
Bambino.
by Angel Prado Alonso and ridden by Carmen Prado Gomez Jarabo, Spain.
This is an 11-year-old gelding. They were 4th in the team with Spain. Scores 73.613 for individual 17th in the preliminary B test and 72.584 for individual 18th in the team. Such a great start for these young riders to be able to come in and perform at a competition like this, especially alongside the under 25 riders, which I'm sure they all aspire and look up to. So in now is Carmen Prado Gomez Jarabo, 13 years old, riding Bambino. A good start. Not 100% square, but a judge at B, the only one able to see that. Could have shown a bit more positioning there in that first shoulder in. Nice balance through the half circles. Better there in the shoulder in right. Yeah, good steps in the medium trot. Lovely fluent transition into the walk. Just dropped a little bit onto the forehand in that, but kept the activity and doing a really good job of riding this medium walk. You can see her preparing for the turn on the haunches. Just losing a little bit of activity coming into it, but actually kept going on the turn of the haunches. It's just a little bit slow. Well ridden. No actual mistakes in those turn on the haunches, just needed a little bit more activity. A little bit early into the canter there. Super ground cover there in the medium canter. Now into the serpentine, showing those counter-canter steps here on that middle loop. A little abrupt into the walk, but actually shows some good clear walk steps. Nice balance in the counter-canter. Now, better transition into the walk. Now for the stretch in trot. Again, could just maybe take the nose down and out a little bit more in that stretch. The stretch just in the first half of that 20-meter circle. And down the centre line to her final halt. A little wide behind, but nicely square. And there we have it for Carmen Prado Gomez, Xiaobo and Bambino. It's looking to be a good score. I think she might just overtake Eva Sanchez, who is in the lead at the moment. Oh, big kisses for Bambino.
It's Carmen's second year in the children dressage sport.
I think it might be a personal best for this combination.
Qualified for this final. And
here we have it at PB 73.605, 7.7 position, 8 for the rider, 7.9 for precision, and 8 for general impression, 68.210, and into the lead, 73.605.
605 for Carmen Prado Gomez Xiaobo. And the
so next in is Paula Collette and Quickly Desplauds. This is a 7-year-old mare, the youngest horse in this competition by quarterback.
Owned by Eugenie.
They scored 72.161 for individual 20th in the preliminary B and 72.2 for individual 19th in the team. So into the arena now. It is Paula Collette and Quickly Desplauds for France. So this pair's combined age is less than 20 years old. Quite remarkable. Not quite square in that first halt. 6.5s from the judges. Good balance there in the 2 half 10 metre circles. Just needs to bring that shoulder in a little bit more in the shoulder in. It was just a little bit more neck bend than shoulder in position. Some nice steps in the medium trot. The judges liking that very much. 2 7.5s and a 7. And again, a lovely walk. Can she keep that activity going into these walk turn on the haunches? Yes, she can. Very nice. Just lost the activity there. Yeah, unfortunately that second one just lacking activity going into it. Good steps there in the medium canter. Oh, just lost the balance, upper A. Lovely collection there, coming back into the walk for the simple change. Unfortunately, they're not a direct transition into walk, 6.5s for the judges for that movement. Lovely pick up into canter. The judges really want to see that direct transition straight into the walk. Showing a little bit of stretching there towards the end. Super trot work here, really, really lovely. And a really lovely frame. This is definitely a combination to watch out for, isn't it? Just need a bit more strength and a great, just not quite square on the front right, but a really, really super job, I thought. Paula did a great job of giving this horse confidence in the arena. Such a young horse, such a young rider. A cracking job there for Paula Collette from France.
Two French riders that qualified for this final competition.
Just waiting for the score to come through.
International career with 3 wins, 3 victories in Le Mans in France. And here is the scores for her. It's
8.2 for position, 7 for aids, 7.4 for precision, 7.5 general impression, into third, technical marks of 65.864, total score of 70.557.
7 for Paula Collette and quickly Palu, France.
Next rider into the arena, it is another rider for Spain, and it is Jeanette Martin and Zanon. They scored 71.780 for individual 23rd in the prelim B, 74.175 for individual 11th in the team. Jeanette Martin and Zanon, age 12 years old. Jeanette, this horse 16 years old. A very impressive looking horse. Good angle there in the shoulder in, and lovely balance going into these half circles. Fairly nice ground cover in the medium trot. Lovely transition into the walk. Could have a bit more activity here in this walk. Let's hope she can keep it for the turn on the haunches. Just want to see a bit more purpose here in the walk. A little bit wide in that first step of the turn on the haunches. Better steps that time. Again, just needs a bit more purpose in the medium walk. Beautiful transition into canter, nicely on the aids. And look at that ground cover in the medium canter. Well ridden there. Good balance coming into the canter. Lovely direct transition into the walk. And good pick up. Could have established the walk a little better. And again, lovely balance there in the second half of the serpentine. Super transitions in the half circle. Again, just not really establishing that secure walk rhythm in the simple change. Showing good stretch, could just take the nose out a little bit more. He's just curling round a little bit there in that stretching. Super little rider, Jeanette. Lovely soft hands. As she comes into her final hold, and it's a good one. There we have it for Jeanette Martin and Zanon for Spain.
Gracias, Jeanette Martin and Zanon.
Pats there for Zanon. A really, really lovely combination. This horse, 16 years old.
3 Spanish riders made it up to the final competition here, and we have the results for Jeanette.
So the results are in position for 8, 7.8 for aids, 8.3 for precision, general impression, 8 into the lead, 73.983 total, technical marks of 67.716. So a new leader now, Jeanette Martin and Zanon.
Spain. Around the ring.
Next in, we have a rider for Sweden. It's Tilde Garmark and Utteropgard's Foxtrot. 12-year-old gelding, a Danish Warmblood. They scored 67.643 for 39th, which was a personal best in the preliminary B, and 73.484 in the team competition. Helped Denmark get into 6th place in the teams. So Tilde Garmark and Utteropgard's Foxtrot now for Sweden. This horse has so much suspension in its trot work. Good positioning in that shoulder in there. Again, this horse lovely and uphill. Again, good there in the shoulder in right. Lots of ground cover here in the medium trot. Not only is the medium trot judged, it's also the transitions going into the medium and back to the collected trot. Nice and relaxed here in the walk. Plenty of activity. Good ground cover. Could have had more centering on that turn of the haunches. Yeah, that was just a bit of a spin around on the second one. You want the horse to really sit, take the weight behind like a canter pirouette and come round that inside hind leg. That was just more of a 180-degree turn. Some nice steps in the medium canter. Nice into the simple change. An 8 from one of the judges. Just lost a little bit of balance in the counter coming into that. Again, good direct transitions. Again, could just maybe take the contact out a little bit more in the stretching. Beautiful trot here. This horse really does have such a beautiful trot, so much suspension. As they come in for their final halt. Oh, just stepped back, unfortunately, but a great job there from Tilde Garmark and Utteropgard's Foxtrot for Sweden.
Thank you. Tack Tilde Garmark and
their personal best 72.422. I think maybe just a little underneath that today.
The Children European Championships. And here we have
a score. And it's 5.5 for position, aids of rider, precision and general impression. Technical marks of 67.963. Into fourth place, a total score of 71.462.
963 to 71.482. The total score for Tilde Garmark and Utteropgard's Foxtrot, Sweden.
Next into the arena we have a team bronze medalist. It is Chloe Cleymans and Londonderry, a 13-year-old chestnut gelding by Londonderry.
Chloe Cleymans, Belgium.
They scored 77.566 for individual, 7th, a personal best in the preliminary B. They scored 73.517 for 14th in the team competition. As I said, helped Team Belgium pick up that bronze medal in the team. Definitely a combination to look out for. So into the arena now for Belgium, Chloe Cleymans and Londonderry. Nice positioning there in the shoulder in. Just as she turns, just coming a little bit onto the forehand. Needs to keep that weight on the hind leg, keep the balance back. Slightly more neck bend in the shoulder in to the right. Interesting, that must be my angles because the shoulder in right scored higher than the shoulder in left, so that must be where I am watching from. Nice activity here in the walk. Good ground cover in the medium walk. Yeah, nice steps in the turn on the haunches. Nice and neat. Lots of purpose there in the medium. Oh dear. That's a real shame. You can actually see when he came in and went around the arena, he was looking at something down the end of that line. I wonder if something just caught his eye again. Oh, again, didn't show any walk there. That's expensive, especially when it's a double coefficient. Nice for that last loop. Now what can she do in these two half circles? Again, just jogging in the walk, in the simple change. Nice stretching. You can see the horse taking that stretch out and remaining on the vertical when she allows the rein out, and that's what the judges are going to want to see. So down the final centre line there for Chloe Cleymans and Londonderry for Belgium. I think they may have done enough to get in the top three at the moment.
Londonderry, Belgium.
And it might even be a personal best score. Let's wait and see.
Three riders from the Belgish team made it up for the
big
finals.
pats for Londonderry.
The first of them to come up here, and we have the scores.
So the scores are in
and position an 8.0, an 8.2 for the
just waiting for them to come on the
8.2 for the precision, and 8.2 for the general depression, 81.5 the quality score. Technical score 65.8, and the personal best for her to 73.652 goes up to the second place so far.
And here we have it, 8 for position, 8.2 for aids, 8.2 for precision, 8.2 for general impression. Into second place, technical marks 65.803, a personal best of 73.652. So that is into second there for Chloe Cleymans and Londonderry.
Coming onto the ring.
So now we have into the arena. It is Veronica Sedlackova and Givesta MH. This is an 11-year-old KWPN mare. They scored 72.310 for individual 19th in the preliminary B test, 74.134 into 12th place for the team test. She's from the Czech Republic. They were 5th in the team yesterday. So into this arena now, Veronica Sedlackova and Givesta MH. Just stepping back into a square halt. Nice positioning there in the shoulder in. This little horse, lovely and active. Just lost a bit of balance towards the beginning of that shoulder in right. A little long into the transition in walk. You could just see him coming against her in the contact a little bit. Nice walk steps here. Good ground cover in the medium walk. Steps a little wide on the first step, but the rest of it was really good there in the turn on the haunches. Just again, just needs to think about that activity a little bit more in the turn on the haunches. You want to be able to keep that 4-beat rhythm within the walk whilst you're doing the turn on the haunches. So it's got to be nice and active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good ground cover here in the medium canter. Showing good clear steps of walk. Could have been slightly more balanced into that. Again, needed a slightly more direct transition into the walk, but good walk steps shown. So now into the stretching, lovely stretching there. Again, like I said before, really on the diagonal, leaving a little bit late for picking up her rein. It's meant to be half a circle stretching, half a circle on a contact. And a good job there from Veronica Sedlackova and Gavesta MH. Sorry, I'm actually wrong. So VP let the horse stretch on a long rein, and then the second half they're able to retake the reins. So I apologise, that was correct. A really lovely little horse there, well ridden by Veronica.
And we have the scores.
We have a score in.
7.3 for the rider's position and seat.
It is 7.3 position, 7 for Eynde, 7.5 position, general impression 7.3, into 7th with technical score of 68.025 and total score of 70.388. Into 7th there for Veronica Sedlackova and Gavesta MH.
Final competition.
So just 2 more riders to go before our first break, and then we are halfway through the class. In now, it is a rider for Belgium. It is Anna van der Em, Olympic Roma Crack, a Belgian warm blood 8 years old mare by Empire.
Ridden by Anna van den Eynde.
They have scored 2 personal bests so far this week. 74.084 for 15th in the preliminary B, 73.325 for individual 16th in the team competition, Helped pick up bronze in that team competition yesterday. Again, another young horse in this competition. We do have a couple of 8-year-olds. Saw a 7-year-old earlier. So into the arena now for Belgium. Anna van der Eynde and Olympic Aroma Crack. Just losing the connection at times here in the shoulder in. Much better there towards the end. Just want to keep a steady connection between the hand and the bit. Better this time. Nice steps there in the shoulder in right. Tracking up nicely there in the medium trot. Lovely and straight on the diagonal line. Super transition into walk. You can see her just shortening up the reins, collecting ready for the turn on the haunches. Again, just losing some activity, stepping out a tiny bit. 5 and 2/6 is there for the walk, turn on the haunches. Slightly better that time. Good steps in the medium canter. And again, clear transitions back into the medium canter. Sorry, back from the medium canter into collected canter. Ready for this serpentine. Good direct transition. Nice balance here in the collected canter on the serpentine. And now again into the simple change on the 2/2 10 meters. Good transition. Just lost the quarters coming down into the walk. Lovely stretching, really taking that rein out. And good pick up, keeping that same trot. Again, they're just struggling a bit with the connection as she comes back onto the long side. And into their final halt. There we have it for Anna van der Eynde and Olympic Aroma Crack for Belgium.
Crack.
A lovely little mare, just 8 years old. You could just see a few moments where she just looked a bit green. Just need to work on getting that stable connection in the contact. But so much potential, really, really lovely trot work. Very loose and supple. We just wait for the scores to come through. I think it might be a third personal best for this combination. So the judges at H, C and B are giving the technical marks. The judge at E is giving the quality mark. We just wait for those scores to come through.
And now we have the scores.
It is an 8 for position, 7.2 for aid, 7.5 for precision, 7.3 for general impression, into 8, another personal best, 70.216, a technical score of 65.432. So our final rider before the break, it is Hugo Melida Gomez and Goya A.
Last before the break,
Hugo is riding Goya A, who is a 15-year-old mare by Tornado. They scored 74.583 for 12th place in the preliminary B and 74.750 for 9th in the team yesterday. They just narrowly missed out on a medal for Spain. So close between them and Belgium. A really smart little horse here. So into the arena now for Spain, we have Hugo Melida Gomez and Goya A. Best score of 80.838. They will well and truly take the lead if they can score that again today. A good start. Good positioning there. Again, just some problems with the contact, which is such a shame. Such an elegant horse. Better this time. Much better. Lovely and straight in the medium. Hard to see how much medium trot they get from this angle. 2 7s and a 7.5 there from the judges. I think that problem with the first shoulder in is going to pull them from not being able to reach their personal best today. Lovely steps in the turn on the haunches. 7s from all of the judges for that. I think that's maybe the highest we've seen today so far. Yeah, again, needed to be a little bit more centered, have a bit more body bend through that second one. Keeping that purpose in the walk throughout though. Good clear transitions into the medium canter and back again. Yeah, a good simple change there. Clear walk steps, really showing that collection, coming back into the walk. Lovely direct transitions. Very well ridden there from Hugo. 2 8s and a 7 for those 2 half circles. Good stretching. This horse having so much presence in the arena. Really, really lovely trot work. Plenty of cadence, plenty of swing. Very well executed test from Hugo Melida Gomez and Goya A for Spain. Here's our final rider before the break. Lots and lots of pats there for Goya.
And Goya A.
A big smile. He's happy. That first shoulder in, unfortunately preventing him from getting a PB of plus 80% today. But I think it might be enough to go into the lead. Can he go into the lead before the break? Another 9 riders to come after the break. So just waiting for those final scores to be added up.
And soon we have the scores for him and for his mare, Goya.
So the scores are in. Is he going into the lead?
And here it is.
Here we have it, 7.9 for position, aids and general impression, and an 8 for precision. Into the lead, 74.749, technical marks of 70.247, and into gold medal position. So we're just going to take a short break now. Join us back at 9 minutes past 9. Here you can see the scoreboard as it stands at the moment. Spain in gold and silver medal position, and Belgium in third. 74.749 is the score to beat from Hugo Melida Gomez and Goya A.
On the third place so far, Cleymans from Belgium and Carmen Prado. Gomez Carabo on the fourth place, followed up by Eva Sanchez from France. So with 3 Spanish riders in the first 5 place, we go into the break and we continue at 9 minutes past 9 with the final 9 riders of the individual test children. That leads to the individual medals.
Drifting higher than the ceiling. Ooh, baby, it's the something mystically color lights, I say. So far from typical, but take my advice. Before you play with fire, do think twice. And if you get burned, well baby, don't you be surprised. Lifted, drifted higher than the ceiling. Ooh baby, it's the ultimate feeling. You got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? So Sugar, how you get so fly? Ooh, sugar, how you get so fly? Say, sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? But you won't get me tonight. Lifted, drifted higher than the ceiling. Ooh, baby, it's the ultimate feeling. You got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, how you get so fly? Ooh, sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, how you get so fly?
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling behind what could be. Oh, oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of. Bring me higher love.
After the break, the first combination in.
Welcome back. Our first
the
combination in is for the
It's a
Netherlands.
Dark Knight
It is
Texel.
Britt
That's
Kirken van der
represented by
Lind
Winton
and Dark
Caritas,
Knight Texel.
written by Britt
This is a
Kickert van der
14-year-old
Linde, the
KWPN
Netherlands.
gelding by Winton. They helped the Netherlands win a silver medal in the team competition, scored 77.155 for individual ninth in the preliminary B, which was a personal best, 74.984 in the team for individual 8th place. So Britt Kickert van der Lind and Dark Knight Texel for the Netherlands. Very impressive looking horse. Lovely frame here, keeping that pole at the highest point. Good balance through the half circles. Could maybe just be a little more supple through those for the really, really high marks, but great positioning there again in the shoulder in. It's quite a big horse for what looks like quite a petite rider. Doing a fabulous job. Lovely transition into the walk. Tracking up in the walk. Can she keep that activity on the turn on the haunches? Yep, not bad. Or just swung out a little bit there at the beginning of that second one. Nicely on the aids into the canter. Huge ground cover there in the medium canter. Really going to show that clear difference between the medium canter and the collected canter. Good balance. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a really nice transition. It was a lovely transition, just didn't quite get that secure walk in the simple change. Lovely balance here in the canter. Let's see if she can get more of a walk on this simple change. Beautifully ridden here. Better. Yeah, just waiting that little bit longer to get and establish that walk. 3/8 from the judges for that. This is a cracking test so far. Doing a really good job. Super stretching here. Really taking that rein out and down. Lovely pick up. Really nicely balanced. So much expression here in the trot. This is going to be getting some really, really good marks. And into their final halt there for Britt van der Lind and Dark Knight Texel for the Netherlands.
Thank you.
I think she might be scoring a personal best for that one. She got a PB in the preliminary B. A big smile and huge pats there for Dark Knight Texel. She's very happy with that test.
Dutch competitors in the finals.
Really, really good job. Well done, Britt. 8.5 for position, 8 and general impression, 8.3 for precision. Into the lead, 77.991, a new personal best. Technical scores of 71.481. Very, very nicely done there, Britt. Our first rider for the Netherlands, and she is in gold medal position.
7.991 for Britt and Dark Knight Texel.
So now into the arena, it is a rider for Sweden, Juni Skobejko and Darthula VH, a 9-year-old Swedish warm blood mare by Dalwhinnie. They scored 2 personal bests, very consistent across the 2 days. 75.298 for individual 10th in the prelim B, 75.284 for individual 7th in the team competition. 2 personal bests. Can they get a third? So coming into the arena now for Sweden, Juni Skobejko and Darthula VH. Juni, 14 years old, and they are representing Sweden. As I said, this combination very consistent over the last couple of days. Good positioning through the shoulder in. Can maybe just have a little bit more suppleness through the body. Nice shoulder in right. Good ground cover here in the medium trot. Again, showing clear transitions. Could maybe have shown a clearer transition there coming back at M. And lovely walk. Really nice and relaxed. Good purpose here in the medium walk. Lovely ground cover. You can see the horse really walking through its body. 7.5s and 8s for the medium walk. Could maybe have had a bit more collection coming into the turn on the haunches to get it a bit more centered. Better this time. I think it's almost harder with those turn in the haunches when you have a horse with such a good walk, because you've got to come into the turn on the haunches from medium walk. So you've only got a couple of steps to really collect and bring them back, get ready for those turn on the haunches, which when they've got such big ground cover can be very, very difficult. Nice balance here. Yeah, it was a little on the shoulder into the simple change. Nice transition back into the counter. Would just like to see more weight on that hind leg in that canter serpentine. Better. Just swinging the quarters there to the left though when she picked up canter again. 7s for that. I think that would have been higher if she could have just kept that straightness Good stretching there. Very good job. Again, nice transition back, collecting those reins up. Very well ridden. As they come into the final halt, and it's a lovely square one there for Juni Skobejko and Dathula VH for Sweden. Looking like they're going to be around 69–70%. Oh, and they've just massively jumped up with the
from the Swedish team that
with the other scores.
Got up and qualified for this final.
We could only see the technical scores on our screen, but huge scores for the quality. And it could be another personal best. Is it going to be enough to go into the lead, though? We will have to wait and see. Are we going to get it before this next horse comes in? I'm not sure. Score's still coming in.
And while we're waiting for the final commitment, here's the next combination. Helena.
So we just wait for the score as I introduce the next rider, Robin Dicker and Helena. A 10-year-old. Oh, here we go. Here's the scores. 8.2 for position and precision. 8.6 for aids of rider. General impression 8.5. Into silver medal position 76.844. Another personal best. Technical scores of 69.938.
76.8.
Into silver medal position there for Juni Skobejko.
The Netherlands.
So in next is, for the Netherlands, Robin Dicker and Helena, a 10-year-old KWPN mare by Don Tango B. 77.310 for 8th place in the preliminary B. 76.242 for individual 6th in the team test. Helped get a silver medal for the Netherlands. So Robin Dicker and Helena for the Netherlands now. 14 years old, as they start their test. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more angle here in the shoulder in. Slightly better there in the shoulder and right. They're coming into the walk now. Nice and forward, lots of purpose here in the walk. You can see the horse just playing with the bit in the walk work, was fiddling a little bit in the trot as well. Yeah, that first walk turn on the haunches slightly better than the second. Good steps here in the medium canter. keeping nice and straight on that long side. An 8 from the judge at C. Good balance in the counter-canter. Yeah, well-established walk towards the end. Maybe a few too many steps and just took a little while to establish the walk. The judges want to see a nice, smooth, direct transition into the walk. And then a good clean pickup back into the canter. Keeping that activity throughout. Much better that time. Lovely trot work here in the stretch. Again, taking that stretch nicely down and out. Good pickup. Keeping the balance there. As she comes down the final centre line, this is going to be a good score. Just leaving a hind leg out there, but a great job from the lovely Robin Dicker and Helena. They scored 77.310. That's their best score this week.
And Helena.
Can they get something similar to that today? I think it might be close. Very consistent over the last couple of days. 77 and 76%. Where is she going to end up?
Second rider of the...
So the score to beat is 77.991.
Got to the
and she is into third in bronze medal position, 8.5 for position and general impression, 8.3 for aids and 8.6 for precision, 68.889 technical, 76.820 for the total score, into bronze medal position at the moment.
Robin Dick and Lindenberg's Helena.
Just 6 horse and rider combinations left, and it is now for the Czech Republic, Alice Hubickova and Belle Eynde, a 16-year-old mare by Don Gregory. So into the arena now for Czech Republic, Alice Hubickova and Belle Eynde. They scored a personal best in the preliminary stages, 74.220 for 13th place. In the team, they scored 74.309 for 10th place. Again, another rider very consistent over the 2 days. Just a little unsteady in the contact in that first shoulder in. Much better here in the shoulder in right. Good smooth transition into the walk. Again, plenty of purpose here in the walk. Good activity, which is what you need coming into these turn on the haunches. Really difficult movement to ride. Yeah, nice steps. Again, just lost the activity in the turn on the haunches themselves. Very correct steps. Again, a little fiddle in the contact there. And nice steps in the medium canter, maintaining that medium canter the whole way down the long side. Good clear transitions back as well into collected canter, ready for this serpentine. Again, just a few issues with the contact there, coming into the transition into the walk. Better here. Again, a well-established walk there. Good clear transitions. 2 7.5s and a 7 for those. And now it's the stretching. Some nice steps. A little open in the frame in the pickup. Trending on 70. That doesn't include the quality scores though. The quality scores starting to come through, hence the sudden jump up to 74.5. A great job there from Alessa Hubickova and Beleni for the Czech Republic. Big pats for Beleni. A really, really super little horse. This combination scored 74 over the last few days. Is it going to be another 74? That wouldn't be enough to put her in the middles. You need 76.820 or above to be in a chance for medals. It could be enough to put her into 4th or maybe 5th place. So we just wait for those scores to come through. Next up, though, we have our highest scoring competitor over the last few days of competition. This is a serious contender for not only a medal, but the gold medal. But here are the scores for the last competitor. Hopefully they're going to come on our screen. I can tell you though, she's gone into 4th place, 75.469, 7.9 position, 8 for aids and general impression, and 8.5 for precision, 69.938 for technical. Into 4th place there for Alessa Hubickova. But now we have Martha Rohbeck and Jack Sparrow, an 8-year-old gelding by Expression. They scored 86.548 for first place and a PB in the preliminary B. 83.509 for first place in the team competition. They were instrumental in Germany picking up that team gold medal yesterday. This little horse by Expression, and my goodness, does he have a lot of expression. Oh, a little bit of resistance there as they come in, but Martha Rohbeck and Jack Sparrow for Germany. Not the start that they would have liked. I'm sure they will pick up those marks very quickly. Lovely positioning in the shoulder in. Nice and supple on these 2 half 10-meter circles. Super here. As I said, this little horse, plenty of expression. Lovely harmony between the two of them. Again, these scores at the moment without the quality marks. So we will see those jump up. Lovely transition into the walk. Really super active walk here. The frame maintained from the trot into the walk. Now, can she keep the activity on these turn on the haunches? Nice. One step a little wide at the end, I thought. Yeah, both equally matched, I would say. The judges agree. 7.5, 6.5 and 7 for the judges for the turn on the haunches. Super into the canter. Good balance here in the canter. Well established walk. Could have been more direct into the walk. But again, lovely and balanced here. Much better into the walk this time. Good stretching. The quality marks are coming in now, hence the sudden jump. Really, really super trot work here. If she continues around the 83, this is going to be another personal best, and it will be enough to go into gold medal position. Not quite square into that final halt, but there we have it for Martha Rohbeck and Jack Sparrow for Germany.
Thank you, Dankeschön, Martha Rohbeck.
What a test, what a little horse. A very, very nice job there from Martha. Big pats for Jack Sparrow. She has already had 2 PBs way over 80%. Can she go into gold medal position? There you can see the supporters for Germany, and she has into gold 83.596, a personal best 9.5 for position, 9 for aids, 9 for precision, 9.5 general impression, 74.691 into the lead, 83.596. Huge applause from the German spectators there. A huge score. She really has thrown down the gauntlet for the rest of the riders to come. That is now the score to beat. 83.596. In silver, 77.991. Bronze, 76.844. So next up, we have another rider for Belgium. It is Amber Hennes, and she is riding Allegro Finchelhoff. This is a 10-year-old gelding by Apache. They helped win the bronze medal for the team. 75.286 for individual 11th place in the preliminary B. 76.667 for 5th place in the team competition. If they can score around that, that will put them in contention of a medal today. So into the ring now for Belgium, Amber Hennes and Allegro VH Finchelhoff. Best score 78.195. That would be good enough for silver at the moment. Just 4 riders to go. Not quite square in that first halt. Would just like to see a little more suppleness through the horse's body in this first section of trot work. Better here in the shoulder in. Nice steps in the medium trot. We're seeing some really lovely walk work from these riders. Lots of ground cover here. Can she keep the activity? Yes. Nice turn on the haunches. Another one like that. Yeah, just didn't quite keep the activity there in the second one. The first step was also a little bit wide. The judges at C and B picking up on that. The judge at H, a 7.5. Could have shown maybe a little more medium canter. Nice here, good balance. Would have liked a cleaner transition into the walk. A few little joggy steps coming back. Nicely balanced on that second half of the serpentine. Much better. This is looking a really nice test. Lovely stretching there, really taking that contact down and out. Really making the most of the whole of that circle to show that off. A couple of 7.5s and a 7. This is looking like it's going to be a good score, incredibly close to her personal best, and maybe enough to go into silver medal position. Her personal best, 78.195. She is very close to that, and I think she's done enough to go into potentially silver medal position. A really, really good job there from Amber Hennes from Belgium.
And here
We just wait for the confirmed score to come through.
We have
It's going to be around 78. The score to beat, though, 83. And 8.7 for position, 8.5 for aids, 8.5 for precision, 8.5 for general impression. Into silver medal position, 78.059%. Technical score of 70.617. Into silver there for Amber Hennes and Allegro V8 Cheptulov. Just narrowly missed out on getting a personal best. So close. But a really great job, and enough to put her in contention of a medal with just 3 riders left to go. 2 German riders and 1 from the Netherlands. But next it is Alessa Marie Maass, and she is riding Florisse 5.
It's Floricella, the Oldenburgian
This is a 7-year-old Oldenburg mare by Furstenball. They scored 77.810 for 5th in the preliminary B, and a huge 81.684 for 2nd place. That was a personal best in the team competition. All of the German counting scores were over 80% in the team competition. They literally galloped away with that team gold medal. So this is a definite medal contender for this individual competition today. So into the arena now, it is Alessa Marie Maass and Floricella for Germany. Best score 77.672. That would not be enough to win, well, to be in contention of a medal today. So she has to get a personal best to be in contention of a medal. Lovely suppleness here. Just at times losing the uphill tendency. You could see a few times there, just a little break in the fluency. Lovely steps in the medium trot. Again, lovely steps here in the walk. Maybe a little low in the frame. This horse just 7 years old. Just having to be careful of the rhythm here in the walk. Again, a horse with a huge walk. Just for me, I want to see more connection in the walk. It just looks a little bit long and a little bit on the shoulder. Just change the leg there. That's such a shame. Nice balance. Again, lost that direct transition. This horse has so much potential. A really, really sweet horse. You can just see those green moments coming through. 3 really, really super paces. I think just generally you want to see it more together. But again, just 7, so plenty of time to build the strength. Much better in that simple change. An 8 from the judge at H, 7.5 from the other two. The quality marks haven't come through yet, so expect to see a rise in marks very soon. Good stretching here. Would like to see a little bit more of a difference. That's better. Okay, now the marks are going to start coming through for the quality. And it's around 77. A lovely square halt there to finish for Alessa Marie Maass and Floricilla 5 for Germany.
Alessa Marie Maass and Floricilla.
A really, really super little horse. So much quality.
Part of the
definitely ones to watch for the future. A really, really sweet mare.
Team ceremony.
Plenty to like. Just a few green moments. But Alessa doing a great job of giving this horse lots of confidence. Is it going to be enough to put them in the chance of a medal? I'm not sure if they've done quite enough.
In the lead, followed up by
where are they going to be finishing?
Now we are waiting.
It might be enough for a personal best. The score to get into the medals, 77.991 is the score to put you into bronze.
Penultimate combination enters the arena. It's Etrina.
So we just wait for those scores to be confirmed before we bring them to you. 2 horses left to go. This is one for the Netherlands. It is Sophie van Norel and Etrina. This is a 9-year-old mare by Dream Boy. They scored 80.798 for second. Oh, and here we have a score into 4th place, 77.932, a personal best. 9 for rider's position, 8 for aids, 8.5 for precision and general impression. Technical marks of 70.864. And into 4th, just outside of the medals with 2 combinations to go. So now, Sophie van Norel for the Netherlands scored 80.798 for second place in the preliminary B. 79.684 in the team test to help the Netherlands bring home the silver. So into the arena now for the Netherlands, Sophie van Norel and Etrina. Lovely here in the shoulder in. Good balance in the 2 half 10-meter circles. Lovely activity in this trot work. Some good scores so far. Remember, this is a score without the quality marks, so we will see that skyrocket as the test goes on. Could maybe see a bit more ground cover here in the medium walk. Lovely activity. Oh, just lost the rhythm slightly towards the end of the turn of the haunches there. as she heads into the canter. Those turn on the haunches really cost her dearly, put her down to 68 from 74. Can she pick it up again in this canter work? Lovely in the medium canter. And a good simple change. 2 8s and a 7.5. Those scores are slowly climbing back up. Has she done too much damage though to put her out of medal contention? Remember, you have to wait until that 20-metre circle with the stretching before the quality marks start coming in. A little off the aids in that second simple change. And good stretching. Now this is where we might see the quality marks coming through. Currently on 70.8 for technical marks. As she picks up the rein, good stretching. Right, now the quality marks have started coming through. 79.798. That would be enough for a potential medal. A really, really good job there from Sophie van Norel and Itrina for the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Has she done enough to put herself in contention of a medal? A few little blips in the walk work. She didn't get those turn on the haunches that she would have liked.
We are going
but
really fast now.
It is incredibly tight at the top.
The medals.
Gold medal position at the moment, 83.596. Silver, 78.059. Has Sophie done enough to put herself in silver medal position? In third place and in bronze medal position at the moment, 77.991. So we just wait for those scores to be confirmed.
And meanwhile, our final
one more competitor to come. And it is the final rider for Germany, Lotta Plus and Balsamico, a 20-year-old gelding by Blue Horse Gertag.
And here we have the
scores. Has she done enough to go into the medals? And she has. She's in silver. She is guaranteed a medal today. 78.551, 8.8 for position, 8.3 for aids, 8.5 for precision and general impression, 71.852 technical marks into silver medal position, 78.551 there for Sophie. She has guaranteed herself a bronze medal. Let's see what Lotta Plus can do. She scored 79.756 for third place in the preliminary B. 81.150 for third place in the team competition. What can she do in this individual competition? Lotta Plus and Balsamico. Best score 76.661. That would put her into 8th place. So she has to get a personal best to be in contention of a medal today. Good positioning there in the shoulder ends. Nice here in the half circles, and again, lovely positioning in the shoulder in again, an 8 from the judge at B. Good steps in the medium and nice clear transitions. The judge at C and at B have currently got her out in front at the moment. Now this is where the last rider lost the marks. Nice activity. 6.5. Yeah, just could have done with a bit more activity in the turn on the haunches. A 7 for that second one. Or a bit of anticipation there into the walk to canter. You can see the score dropped down to 70.2, a 5.5 for that transition from one of the judges. Remember, this isn't with the quality scores just yet. Lovely jump here in the canter. And good balance in the counter canter. Lovely transition. Really good established walk. An 8, a 7 and a 7.5. Lovely balance here. Two 8s and a 7.5. It is going to be so close. She needs another good simple change. Lovely direct transition. And again, an 8, a 7.5. And a 7. Now for the stretching. This is normally where we see the quality marks come through. Could have maybe stretched a little bit more. 7.5, 8, 7.5, 79, 8, 9, 8. That will be enough for a medal. As she comes down at the final centre line, is it going to be enough for silver, or is she going to go into bronze? It is so close. A lovely square halt to finish with there for Lotta Plus and Balsamico. Big smile. I think it's going to be enough for a medal. It's a huge personal best. Will she scrape into the 80s? I don't think it's going to be enough to challenge Martha Rohbeck and Jack Sparrow. She's sitting out in front on 83.596. Sophie van Norel is in silver at the moment, 78.551. What has Lotta done? Is she going to go into silver, or is she going to go into bronze?
For the final marks and
so we just wait for the final scores to be confirmed by the judges. Has she got 79? Can she make it into 80?
European Championships for Children.
So we just wait to confirm if Lotta has done enough to win a medal today. Martha is guaranteed a medal. Sophie van Norel is guaranteed a medal. Can Lotta guarantee herself a medal today? Just going through the inspections with the stewards, checking the spurs, checking that there's nothing in the horse's ears. doing the tack checks. We just wait until those scores are confirmed by our 4 judges.
So now we have the
Has
scores.
she done enough to
for
win a medal?
Lotta
She
Plus.
has, and it's
8.8
a
the
silver
position and
for
speed,
Lotta Plus and
8.5 for
Balsamico.
8.5
8.8 for position, 8.5 for aids, 8.5 for precision, 8.4 for general impression. It's a silver medal with 78.707, technical marks of 71.914. So it is a gold for Germany, a gold, a silver for Germany, and a silver for the Netherlands. Gold for Martha Rohbeck and the lovely Jack Sparrow, 83.596, a personal best. Silver for Lotta Plus for Germany, Balsamico, 78.707, another personal best. And in bronze, Sophie van Norel and Itrina, 78.551, a third personal best and the third place on
get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the medalists for the European Dressage Championships Children Individual Title 2022. Riders, please unmount and stand behind your dedicated podium. The presenters of the medal ceremony for the individual title Children Dressage 2022 are Mr. Ari Yomtov, Honorary President of the event. President of the Grand Jury, Mr. Magnus Ringmark, and accompanying them on behalf of the Hungarian Equestrian Federation, the Secretary General, Mrs. Dorothea Strobel. The winner of the bronze medal, please go to your podium and step up with 78.551%. Sophie van Norel with Itrina, the Netherlands. The medals will be presented by the President of the Grand Jury, Mr. Magnus Ringmark. Congratulations from the organizer, from Mr. Ari Yomtov, and on behalf of the Hungarian Federation, Mrs. Dorothea Strobel. The winner of the silver medal with 78.707 with her horse Balsamico, Lotta Plus, Germany. Silver medal is given by Mrs. Dorothea Strobel from the Hungarian Federation, and the congratulations from Mr. Aryomtov and Mr. Magnus Ringmark. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the gold medal, European champion, Children Dressage 2020 individual, with Jack Sparrow and 83.596 total score, Martha Raubach, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor the new European champion, please be upstanding for the national anthem of the gold medal winner's country, the national anthem of Germany. The medalists of the European Dressage Children Individual Championships. So, ladies and gentlemen, when all pictures have been taken, I would kindly ask the riders again to mount their horses. So now, ladies and gentlemen, now we have again the chance to congratulate our medal winners at the lap of honor. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, the European champion, Dressage Children 2022, Marta Rohbeck, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue in about half an hour with the first starter, the U25 Grand Prix Freestyle. That goes to the gold, silver and bronze medals for the U25 Freestyle individual titles.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. I leave it all. My acres of land, I haven't cheated. It may be hard for you to stop and believe what for you. I leave it all. If you want the reason why I should never make a change, goes on. If you just say the